I still remember the exact moment my entire family changed forever. I happened on Easter Sunday. My brother's new girlfriend took one bite of my wife's homemade casserole, wrinkled her nose as if she had just tasted something full and said loudly enough for anyone at the table to hear, "This is completely tasteless." And before I could even understand what had just happened, my wife slowly put down her fork, looked her straight in the eyes, and calmly said, "Honey, you can barely keep a man for 3 months. Don't talk to me about taste." The entire table went silent. My brother stood up so quickly that his chair nearly tipped over. Then my father said something none of us ever accepted to hear. "If you walk out that door for her, don't brother coming back." And just like that, Easter dinner became the night my family exploded. My name is Paul. I am 34 years old, and this story start belong before that dinner table. If starts with my younger brother Travis. Growing up, Travis was everyone favorite, not because my parents loved him more. They did not. Travis had this natural charm that made people gravitate toward him. Teachers loved him, girls loved him, friends loved him. Even when he messed up, people forgave him because Travis always knew exactly what to say. Meanwhile, I was the responsible one, the quiet one, the kid who followed the rules. I was the one who helped my dad fix plumbing problems on weekends, the one who stayed home while Travis snacked out, the one who got decent grades and choose predictable jobs. I was not citing, I was dependable, and for a long I thought being dependable meant being boring. Then I meet Broke and everything changed. I met Brooke when I was 22. She was working at a small bakery near my college campus. I worked in for coffee and I walked out completely obsessed. She had flour on her cheek. Her hair was tied in a messy bun, and she was arguing with an old customer about why pumpkin pie was better than apple pie. I stood there pretending to look at the muffins just so I could keep listening. Eventually, she caught me starting. "You need help?" I panicked. Oof, yeah, I will take whatever you recommend. She smirked. That's either very trusting or very stupid. I smiled. Guess where we will find out. That was the beginning. Brooke was not flashy. She did not need attention. She was not loud, but she had this quiet confidence that made everyone around her feel comfortable. She worked harder than anyone I did ever known. She grew up poor, really poor. Her single mother worked two jobs, and Brooke started helping with the bills when she was only 16. She fought for every opportunity she got. Culinary school, restaurant, internships, night shifts, and she never complained. When we got married at 27, my parents adored her. My mom called her the daughter she never had. My dad loved her because she could outwork almost anyone, and because she laughed at his terrible jokes. She became part of the family almost immediately. Then there was Travis. Travis had a completely different relationships history. He changed girlfriends the way people changed phone wallpaper. Every few months there was a new relationship, a new soulmate, and a new disaster. At first it was funny, then it became exhausting. Every holiday came with a new woman, every breakup came with tears, every new girlfriend was the one until suddenly she was not. Then came Vivan, and from the moment I meet her, something felt wrong. She was beautiful, perfect hair, perfect makeup, expensive clothes, and an expensive attitude to wash. She cried herself like she was royalty visiting patients. Travis brought her to Easter dinner after dating her for only 5 weeks. 5 weeks that should have been warning enough, but my family always tried to be welcoming. My mother hugged her, my dad shook her hand, Brookie complimented her outfit, and Vyvan immediately started judging everyone. She looked around my parents' house and smiled. This place is cute. My mother gave an awkward laugh. Thank you, but we all heard the hidden insult. Then Vyvan asked Brooke what she did for work. Brooke smiled. I am pastry chef. Vyvan raised her eyebrows. Oh, that was it. Just oh, Brooke stayed polite. What do you do for me? Critical sales. The was Vyvan said it made it sound like she ran the entire country. Then she looked at Brooke and laughed. Well, at least baking is fun. Brooke smiled politely. It pay pretty well too. Vyvan smiled, tightened. That was when I knew trouble was coming. I just had no idea how bad it was going to get. Easter dinner was always a huge event in the family. My mom handled the traditional dishes, Brooke handled the desserts, and spaghetti sides, and that year everything looked perfect. At least that's what I thought. I had no idea that before the night was over, one dinner would expose years of jealousy, resentment, and family secrets that none of us were prepared to face. This year, Brooke spent 2 full days cooking. She made roasted vegetables, sweet potatoes, a casserole, homemade bread, and coconut cake that looked like it belonged on the covers of Manage. She worked non-stop because that was simply how she was. She gave everything she had to the people she loved. Dinner started over beautifully. My dad said grace. Everyone passed the dishes around. People laughed, and for a moment, everything felt completely normal. Then Vyvan took one bite and ruined everything. This is tasteless silence, complete silence. My mom froze. My cousin stopped chewing. My dad just started at her. I felt pure rage building inside me. Then broke. Responded calm, cold, and precise. Honey, you can barely keep a man for 3 months. Don't talk to me about taste. I nearly choked, trying not to laugh. My cousins looked like she wanted to cheer. Ivan's face turned bright red. What did you just say to me? Broke leaned back. Call me. You heard me. Ivan immediately looked at Travis. Are you seriously going to let her talk to me like that? And that's when Travis broke my heart. He stood up. We are leaving. I started at him. What? He grabbed Ivan's hands. We are leaving. That's when my father stood up and everything changed. You walked out that door. That said quietly, don't brother coming back. Everyone froze. Travis looked shocked. Dad, no. My father's voice cracked with angry. That's a moment insulted your mother's home. He pointed toward broke. She insulted your sister-in-law after she worked for 2 days. Then he looked Travis directly in the eyes and you are defending her. Travis looked embarrassed, but Ivan pulled on his arm. Let's go, and he left. He actually walked out. Mother started crying. My father quietly sat back down, broke, looked shaken, and in that moment, I realized our family had crossed a line that we might never be able to uncross. That night, Travis texted me, "You should have defended me." I started at my phone in disbelief, defend him for what? For bringing disrespect into our home. I ignored the message, then things got even worse. My mother cried for days. My father stopped mentoring. Travis completely broke, acted strong, but I could tell she was deeply hurt. Then 1 week later, everything changed again. My mother called me crying. Ivan cheated on Travis. I blinked. What she had been seeing another man the entire time. Apparently, Travis covered the message, clicked message dates, hotel revelations, everything. There were even message from the same weeks as Easter while she was sitting at our family table insulting my wife. She was secretly cheating on my brother, and Travis completely fell apart. He started calling me parents constantly. Then he called me. He even called broke, but nobody answered now yet because the damage was bigger than his heartbreak. For the first time in his life, Travis had to sit alone with the consequence of his own choices. Then my own life changed forever. My boss called me into his office and offered me a major promotion, a new city, a higher salary. Apparently, I had dreamed about for years, and suddenly, while Travis' life was falling apart, mine was finally moving forward. Broke screamed when I told her. Then she cried and hugged me. We are finally getting our fresh start. We bought our dream house. It had a huge kitchen, a beautiful yard, and everything we had been hoping for, a completely new beginning. But while we were packing, my phone rang. It was Travis. For the first time in weeks, I answered, and what he said next completely choked me. Paul, he whispered, "I think I ruined my life. If you like this story, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for part 2 because the story continue there. Thanks for watching and wait for next part 2.